Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 5. So today we will discuss the cross product. So last lesson we talked about the dot product. So you will know the difference between the dot product and the cross product after today's class. So let's get started by an example. So if I give you the two vectors, so vector f1 and vector f2, and you need to find what's the resultant moment by the force about the point O. So how should you solve this problem? So the first step is definitely to find what's the resultant f. So which is f equals to f1 plus f2. So what will be the f? And then what's the ROA vector? And also based on the moment definition, the moment of the force on point O will be the ROA cross product of the f vector. Okay. So let's move on. First step is to find what's the resultant force of the vector f. So vector f1 plus vector f2 will be 100 minus 200 times I, and plus minus 120 plus 250 times by g, and also 75 plus 100 times by k lab. So the answer will be negative 100 I plus 130 G plus 175 K labs. Okay, that's here is the resultant force. Okay, in other words, there is addition of the force F1, F2. And then what's the position vector of ROA? So we know the A point, its coordinate is 4 feet in X, 5 feet in Y, and 3 feet in Z. So therefore, the ROA, the position vector, will be 4i plus 5j plus 3k feet, as we are showing here. So what's the moment of the vector f on about the point O? And based on definition of the moment, this will be the cross product of the f of the ROA, the direction, the position vector, cross product of the f vector. So which means the MO will become cross product of the ROA and f. So here is a cross product, and also here's a process to solve this cross product. So the final ones, it will be 5 times by 175 minus 3 times by 130. That's for the I direction. And the minus 4 times 175 minus 3 times by negative 100. That will be for the G direction. And for the K direction, it will be 4 times by 130 minus 5 times by negative 100 in the K direction. So simplify this function, the final answer will be 485 I minus 1000 G plus 1020 K feet per lap. So that will be the moment on the O point. Okay, another example. Found what's the moment of F about the point A. So first we need to find the F and RAC, and then the moment on the point A, moment of F about point A will be RAC times cross product of the F. So here's the solution. But before you look into the further solution, I suggest you pause this video, work on this by yourself first. So F will be 80 times by cosine 30 and times by sine 40. That's for the x direction. If you are not familiar with this one, please go back to the 3D vector, which is in Lesson 3. Okay, and then on the g direction will be 80 times by cosine 30 and times by cosine 40. That's for the g direction. And the minus 80 times by sine 30. So that's how we express the f vector. And for the RAC, so first you need to figure out what's the cis coordinate. And then you can calculate the RAC. So the cross product, it will be RAC cross product of the f. Here is the formula. And then after the calculation, it will be the final answer here. Okay.